JP Morgan, in fact, runs a huge speculative betting operation, primarily on financial derivatives. And there's a Bloomberg story today that says that they have more speculative positions in non-governmental securities and derivatives than the next three largest banks have combined. And it says also that JP Morgan has been massively increasing the percentage of its portfolio in these very risky derivatives. Now, that is precisely what the Volcker Rule was designed to prevent. And the Volcker Rule fundamentally should have support all across the political spectrum, in particular from conservatives and libertarians. Because what it says is, if we're going to federally subsidize you, and we do if you're a bank through deposit insurance, that's the express subsidy, but for an institution like JP Morgan, which is too big to fail, we have a vastly greater implicit federal subsidy of too big to fail. That means they can borrow money from creditors far more cheaply because the creditors are not going to suffer losses, even if JP Morgan fails, because we, the government, will bail them out. In those circumstances, it would be outrageous to allow such an institution to gamble on derivatives.
Could you tell us what hedginess means?
Sure. The whole purpose of the rule, again, was to keep you from owning positions with these federal subsidies where you are gambling on securities. And so there's one big exception, and it's an appropriate exception. It says if you are doing this to reduce risk through hedging, then it's okay. Now, a hedge is supposed to be something that offsets loss in something else and therefore minimizes risk. But as you've just seen in this fake hedge, this hedginess, instead of reducing risk, their second bet was in the same direction. So the losses didn't offset, they compounded each other. So this is a massive lying system.
What purpose do over-the-counter derivatives serve to society?
Virtually none, and they're not systemically important organizations like they deserve a gold star. They're systemically dangerous. The world would be safer, the banks would be more efficient, and we would have a better shot at having democracy returned if they were shrunk massively. Paul Volcker said it well. Just once he wished that some neutral party could provide one shred of evidence that these kinds of derivatives actually make the world better in any way.